Now children, today let's start with chapter number 12, the machine age. So in this chapter I will tell you about discovery of metal, industrial revolution, right? And invention of steam engine and sources of energy. So let's start with the chapter now. So there was a time when there was no machine before discovery of metal. Early humans जो होते थे वो simple tools, sickles हो गए, जो tools made up of stone, wood, उसका use करते थे. With the discovery of metal like copper, iron, humans started to make better tools and later become master in making efficient machines that made their work easy. The invention of tools enabled humans to do various jobs. They started work as woodcutter, carpenter, potter and blacksmith. The growth and progress of human did not stop and many more inventions and discoveries were made to improve the living condition. This led to age of machine and human progress from stone age to machine. Now discovery of metal. The age of metal started with the discovery of copper. Copper is a reddish brown shiny metal occurring naturally. In early times what happened, जो pure copper था उसका हम use करते थे tools बनाने के लिए, weapons. Pure copper जो होता था वो soft metal है. Therefore later tin was mixed with the copper, right? Which is called bronze, which is harder than copper. Iron was discovered and it was harder than the earlier metal. Human began to make strong tools, जैसे आपका hammer हो गए, axes हो गए, plow हो गए, उनका बनाना use करना start. और इसको हम क्या कहते थे? Iron Age. Now industrial revolution. Before the machine age, their article has to be made by hand. So craftsmen could make only one. होता था कि एक time पे एक ही article बनता था. So with the coming of power-driven machine, factories sprang up everywhere and they could produce goods in large quantities, right? So different parts of the products after which they were assembled to yield the final product. This method was much quicker and was called mass production. Method of producing goods in large quantities. जब हम large quantities में goods को produce करते हैं और cost क्या होते हैं? कम होती है, right? The profit to be gained from mass production result in big factories set up mostly in Europe. Mechanization of production and explosion of new machine, which produced products which resulted in industrial revolution. Handmade goods now suffered a sharp decline of demand. Only those things that were difficult to make with machines continued to be in demand. So what happened? People from villages come to work in factories, big towns grew and busting at the seams. Urban problems like one we face today began at that time, such as air pollution, overcrowding, poor sanitation, rapid spread of disease. Now invention of steam engine. The power in steam came to be discovered in 1690 when James Watt developed a steam engine, and in those days in rainy season coal mines in England was filled with water. This made mining of coal difficult. Water has to be pumped very quickly. A powerful pump was required to pump out water from the mines, and James Watt, who invented steam power, now could be used for pumping water out of mines. Now George Stephenson, a British engineer, invented railway engine. कब invent करा था? 1840. ये थोड़ा slow था, and afterwards Stephenson was rocked in 1829. It could pull a coach with 30 people with a speed of 50 km/h. एक घंटे में 50 किलोमीटर. In course of time, petrol and diesel were used to run the engine. This paved the way for the invention of motor car, buses, trucks आए, बहुत सारे powerful engines आए, जैसे railway ships हो गया, aeroplanes हो गया. Right? Now we have sources of energy. So we cannot work if we are not given food to eat. Similarly, machine can work if they are not given food, but the food for machines is different from our food. So the food of machine is powered and mixed, and they get power from coal mineral. Like we call them sources of energy. Like coal, it is a source of energy which is extracted from black or brown rock, right? ये first और the foremost fuel है, ये main source of energy है जिसको हम industrial countries में इसका हम use करते हैं. It was easily found on the earth's surface. Now it is found deep below the earth's surface. With the increasing demand of coal, जैसे जैसे coal की demand increase होती है, coal mines are even 3 or 4 kilometer deep. Men realize that it is expensive and difficult to work in deep coal. पेट्रोलियम कहाँ डिस्कवर हुआ था? अमेरिका में इन 1857. इसको हम ब्लैक गोल्ड भी कहते हैं. right? It is recovered in much such way as underground water is obtained. It is drilled out in the crude form and refined to get kerosene petrol. आपका डेमलर फर्स्ट जर्मन साइंटिस्ट था जिसने इंजन डिस्कवर करा था जो किस पे रन करता है, पेट्रोल, राइट? नाउ दिस ऑयल केम टू बी कॉल्ड डीजल आफ्टर द नेम, चीपर एंड कुड बी यूज्ड टू रन हैवी ट्रक्स, बड़े बसेस ट्रक्स को रन करने के लिए हम डीजल का यूज करते हैं, राइट? सो द डिपॉजिट ऑफ पेट्रोलियम आर आल्सो लिमिटेड एंड हैंस cannot be used indefinitely, so search of new source of energy is still there. Electricity, which is discovered by accident. Once a man glanced the other outside, when the wire touched, sparks were produced. So the Benjamin Franklin थे, he heard about the toy and thought that the charge in the Leyden jar was the same in lightning as seen in the thunderstorm. So there were enough clouds, lightning and thunder in the sky. So what he did, he attached a piece of wire to a kite and a piece of metal at other end of the thread. He flew a kite close to the cloud and touched the metal when there was lightning and he received a shock. उसको shock लग जाता, right? इससे क्या हुआ था, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का इन्वेंशन हुआ था. So this led to discovery of electricity. After the discovery of electricity, we began to found ways of producing it. Alessandro Volta, Italian scientist, he made a battery जिसमें आपके बहुत small amount of electric current होते थे. And it gave the first continuous and reliable source of electric current. He produced heat, light, chemical action and magnetic effects. Later on what happened? Dynamo was discovered which converted mechanical power, जिसने mechanical power को electric current में change किया, right? And these engines were called generator. जो steam engine से operate होता है, it means fuel is in the form of coal or wood, which is required to produce electricity. Now electric energy is put into many use. Right, in factories, water pumps, हम अलग अलग इसका यूज करते हैं. Now solar energy जो सन से मिलती है, ठीक है? Now today man is trying to find unconventional source of energy such as solar energy, wind energy and biomass. The energy that we get from sun is called solar energy. It is used in solar cookers, right? Solar heaters. Wind energy is produced by wind power for century. It has been harnessed to run the windmill in India. Now biogas is produced from animal dung. It is used for cooking, light bulbs. Many gobar gas plants have been set up in rural areas. Alternative source of energy which scientists are trying to tap safer of producing nuclear energy, and what they do, they recycle waste product, right? This is all about in this chapter. Let's meet in the next class. Thank you.